let's say that you have got to a stage where you have booked a free trial, and then we have registered you for the free trial. You are going to get an email. That email is going to look like this. Now, in this email, you will be going here and click here on sign into your family portal. Now, once you go into your family portal, you will get this link. This link works only once, but don't worry, I'll show you how you can come back and log in, log out again and again. So you click here, sign me in. The first thing you're going to do is go to the password, and you are going to set up a new password for yourself. So for example, I'm setting up an 8-digit password with one capital and one, you can put a percentage and at any of the symbols and signs or letters. And then you will do set up my password. Now you have access to this platform to look at it in your own time, right? So you can either go to show me around and take your time to go through all of this. The other thing you can do is that you can go to a live classroom where we have put one demonstration lesson. And if you're a parent like myself who's excited to learn things in an interactive way, you will love this as well. So this is what your child is going to see, but don't worry, this is not the basic information they're going to get. The teacher has an extensive lesson plan that is given to them, and they have to cover those things with your children, and that lesson plan is also in your children's books. They can read those books and do the workbooks physically at home. And also the teacher will go through the presentation. The teacher will talk about, so the presentation doesn't show a lot of information. That's on purpose, because we do not want the child to be lost in information. We want the child to have more listening skills and understand and think. And this is why we have designed it like this, alhamdulillah. So you can go through this presentation, what it looks like. And we are trying to make the child think that for example, Jabir ibn Hayyan, who was the founder of chemistry, alchemia, where does that come from? So inshallah, this is something we want our children to feel in their body, in their nerves, and feel comfortable with it, that the Quran and science are not two separate things. In fact, Quran is the thing that helps us to understand the science. So with that concept, every single lesson is being taught. So your child can go through this, and they can then look at the Islamic perspective. For example, they're looking at atom. What kind of Islamic perspective is there? What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us? So they can go through this with their teacher. The teacher will go through this presentation mode. And then the teacher will also get the children to come to the chemistry lab. In the chemistry labs, depending on what lesson your child is doing, we have put a lot of animation here so you can play around with it. But depending on what your child has been, which lesson they're doing, they can then go through the chemistry lab, and they can learn different things in the chemistry lab. And then inshallah, they can enjoy those things. There are lots of, I would rather have you explore this in your own time and see, how all of this works. So when you're doing the simulation, always go to full screen so you're able to see what you're doing. So, this is something, you can do. And I would say that try to do this in your own time. Have a look through the dashboard, have a look through this example of a lesson. So I will take a leave here. One last thing I should say, that after every single lesson, your child will go through a quiz or chemistry, biology, physics, whatever lesson they're doing. It's like a mini exam of that lesson. So the teacher understands that the child has understood and they are on board. And not only the teacher will understand, actually the results will go to the parents as well. The children will have another exam at the end of the month, and then another one as an annual exam. So their abilities are tested all throughout. So the parents know that inshallah, your child is progressing. How will you measure that progress? That progress can be measured when you are going to go to the dashboard. So when you go to the dashboard, you can see, what's happening with your child. How much is their engagement, because they're doing quiz, they're doing labs, and they're doing interaction. What is their attendance like? What is their overall score? But more importantly, here you can see if your child is progressing in the class or not. So this is where you can see the class average, and you can see how your child is performing as well. Now, this is the progress. Then attendance is a similar thing. So inshallah, you can see how your child is attending lessons and what's happening with that. What is their punctuality and their engagement. And it's the same thing for the exams as well. So here you can see the yellow bars, which are showing the class average, the green, which is a hypothetical, student, a demonstrative student that is achieving compared to the class. So there are all sorts of things that you can look at it and you can explore in your own time. Now, if I go live here, it's not possible for you to see your child's progress because your child is not enrolled at the moment and is not sitting in the classes. But inshallah, you can see here we are giving little reminders for the parents to help them and support them. And also you can start the enrollment process, right? So this is what you can do, inshallah, in your own time. And then the timetable. A lot of the parents ask me, what is the timetable going to look like? So here is a snippet of the timetable. Each lesson is 50 minutes. After every lesson, there's a 10 minutes break. And we want to finish the school within 4 hours so the children have the rest of the day for extracurricular activities. And we talked a lot about that, how we can make local clusters. The children can be part of the Muslim Scouts. The children can attend homeschooling activities happening in their locality. And they can also have Nashra specific student meetups. And I'm going to come back to that physical part at the end as well. Now, your child will go through this daily lesson, and you can explore that inshallah in your own time, and this has been planned throughout the week. You can see it's week 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them are here. Then homework. How does the homework work? So the teacher will set a task and you will upload the homework for your child, and the teacher will mark it. You will be able to see how much they're attaining in each subject. For example, this is biology, they have 90% for example in biology, and you will be able to track that progress. And then you can also see the marks history, because the student isn't there yet, so you cannot see it at the moment, but you will be able to see the progress of your child. Now, here's the part that I was saying, I will come back to it at the end. You can go through, what kind of physical activities your child can do, how they can engage, how, you can help them. We want to empower you. We want to make sure that we give you as many resources as we can for physical education, for the English literature or library, what kind of reading books that they can do, what kind of trips we would to get the kids to do, because if they're learning a certain topic and we want them to then go and find out what can be done, for example, they can go to the museum for the science trip, and what they are going to explore in the museum. So all those activities, inshallah, we can support you with. Now, in terms of physical education, they can actually, for example, here, if you look at the drop down menu, your child can actually mark what kind of physical activity they have done. They can log in and they can share these with their classmates as well. Now, if you go into the guidance mode, here we have put things for your empowerment as a parent, where inshallah you will be able to find resources how we can help you in terms of guidance, inshallah. So there's a lot of things there. Now, in terms of activity, if I say, okay, I want to log in this activity, so this is what my child has done. This is in the demonstration. But if I go live, because my child is not enrolled, you will not be able to log in an activity because the child has not been enrolled yet. So this one was a little demonstration that I want you to follow that link that's in your email, log in, and if you have a trial class, you will be coming to this platform and you will be going to join the classroom. So inshallah, that's how you can do this. So I hope this was helpful, and inshallah we can hope to see you in the very near future. I can log in and actually show you here as a parent from a different profile as well, that this system is working on a different profile as well. So inshallah it should work for you as well. So inshallah we'll see you in the trial classes, and if there are any more questions, please do get in touch. You do have our WhatsApp number, and inshallah we hope to see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.